Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. If you guys stuck with us last week, you watched the ending where we got the 50s welding rig primed. We're gonna get that thing put together this week, and we're gonna start doing all the trim and getting all the small pieces dialed in so we can get that thing put together and looking good for the open house. We got a lot of other stuff going on, some Cerakote to do on the OBS dually, plus we're moving along pretty good on that. We're also buffing on Larry's truck this week, hopefully, and we got a lot more to do. So let's go out in the shop and see where we're at right now and get this video rolling.
We got Manny's Blazer here. Look at that. That's another hole that was covered with fiberglass. That should be welded, not fiberglass. That will come back to haunt us. So who knows what the rest of the vehicle looks like, because in this wheel arch, there's a couple existing holes that I had to weld from previous trim, but there were lots of holes that were covered in fiberglass, which will fail and ruin our paint job.
Okay, so I just got done sandblasting a whole bunch of little knick-knack parts, we'll call them, for my engine. Basically, the reason why is because when the engine panels go on, I'm really wanting everything to kind of be blacked out in that area that you still see that's visible and kind of just go away, like I mentioned many times before. Almost like when you pop the hood of a new car and you see the plastics and everything kind of just all blends and goes away. That's what I'm really after with this truck. And for that, I'm going to be using the C-Series 7600 Glacier Black, which is a Cerakote. I don't have a ton of experience with this stuff. I've only sprayed it 3-4 times now. Well, 3-4 colors. I've sprayed it more than that now, but I still don't have very much experience with it. But I do know I like it, and I do know I like it for certain things. It's definitely chip resistant versus base coat, clear coat, and so that's what I decided to do, was black out all the little nuts and bolts and screws and little things that you're going to see that are mounted to the fender shocks, that are mounted anywhere in a visible area that you're going to see. The little springs that go on the doors, need a fresh coat on those. And then of course alternator and some of the other things that you see after the engine panels are on. So I'm going to get this stuff mixed up and go out there and shoot some Cerakote.
Started as a scene with my queen and a baby girl. It was all a dream, now it seems like I had a world. I'm not really seen on the scene, but I like it like that. Only if for green, then I leave with a bag full of cash. Long nights, longer roads, I just go with the flow. Head up when I'm low, yeah, you know how it goes. Got the hustle in my veins, every battle I'm drawn. Turn my struggles into strengths, always answer those calls. All gas, no brakes, all work, no play. All night, all day, I'm moving too legit. All gas, no brakes, all work, no play. All night, all day, nah, I could never quit. I still give my all to life, nothing less. Started at the bottom, had some problems, still had no regrets. Sitting at the top, you didn't notice yet. Moving around in silence, try to hide it till it's obvious. I don't like to talk about none till it's said and done. I don't really like to have fun like what you think is fun. I just really like what I like, and that's all I know. I was on a strike for my life, it's the rodeo. Games lost and had some games won too. Long as I'm shooting 50-50, I'ma make my way through. Don't play around unless I'm playing round two. Only one shot for it all in life, it ain't no round twos. All gas, no brakes, all work, no play. All night, all day, I'm moving too legit. All gas, no brakes, all work, no play. All night, all day, nah, I could never quit. I still give my all to life, nothing less. Started at the bottom, had some problems, still had no regrets. Sitting at the top, you didn't notice yet. Moving around in silence, try to hide it till it's obvious. I swear my last time won't be my last time. I was never winning on the front, I like the back nine. I live in the moment, not the past time. Sorry for my sin and never tripping about my past life. Whatever past is past, paint with a grain of salt. With every win is lost, put on a smile and laugh. Can't ever pack a bag, I'm going back to back.
Alright, it was just that easy. Got everything sandblasted, everything Cerakoted. I actually threw in 4 more pieces, which is the center caps for Jeremy for an El Camino for Tray 5 they're working on next door. He asked me to do these earlier today, so I just threw them in the blast cabinet and coated them with the rest of the stuff. Just wanted to show you guys what they look like real quick. They're going to look even better once they're dry, but just a quick look. May not get a chance because they might be gone tomorrow, so I figured I'd show you now. But this stuff's done. Let's go out in the shop and get back to work on something else. So just to give you an update on the OBS dually, my shop truck, I've got one side of the cab and doors sanded and buffed. I've got the bed sanded and buffed, tailgate sanded and buffed. I am now working on this side here. Hopefully by tomorrow I'll have this side done. And then I'll have the front sheet metal to do, and I'll still have the rear fenders to do. Most likely I'll get the bed put on first before I install those rear fenders. This way I can make sure we can gap it easier. And this way I can make sure when I lay it out, nothing's rubbing, nothing's hitting before I install the fenders, because there is a little bit of a clearance issue with these trucks. And we did a little bit of modification to the back prior to doing the bodywork and paint. So I just want to make sure that that's all good before I mess anything up. And as you see here, I mentioned in the last video, but I have a Durablock in my hand, and it has 600 on it. And that is what I've been blocking the truck with. Seems crazy, but 600 dry actually works really, really well, especially on flat panels. I don't necessarily think this will work as good on, say, the C10 that Taylor is sanding and buffing, where it's got a lot of little lines and a lot of intricate panels. But for me and for this type of build, for this type of job, I think this was a perfect idea because it got it a lot flatter than an OEM paint job and a lot less work than traditionally starting with a smaller block and working your way from 600 wet all the way up. Because when you're blocking dry, you can actually see the ripples in the panel go away when you're blocking it dry. And so you think, well, I'm going to sand through, but I mean, you got to sand it flat no matter what if you are sanding it flat. So the faster you get there, the faster you move on to the next step. It really doesn't take any more clear off, to be honest. And it actually looks really nice, and it's a lot easier than, for say, using a regular hard block. I don't think you're going to get it as flat this way, but I do think that you can get it pretty flat and pretty nice. All right, Larry, we are finally on to the buffing stage of your bed here. Taylor has begun with the first step wool pad. He's still got a long ways to go, but hopefully by the end of the week, the majority of this, if not all of this bed, will be in first step. We'll see. It's a lot of angles. It's a lot of work to get this thing buffed out, but we are definitely getting there, and it is definitely coming out fantastic. Let's take a walk inside the body shop area and have a look at what we got going on over there before we get out of here. Okay, so we have begun prepping the inside of Tim's bed for epoxy primer. I decided I wanted to go ahead and just focus on the inside sheet metal first. So we'll just hardline break it here, get all this inside here cleaned up, prepped and ready, and then we'll get it hopefully epoxy by the end of the day tomorrow. That'd be the plan. And then next week we can carry on with doing the exterior panels and the tailgate panels. So that's the plan on Tim's. We finally got going on it. I think we're gonna end up doing the front bumper grill kind of thing that they got going on next door for that as well, because that's in bare metal. We want to try to get as much of the bare metal treated, cleaned, and in epoxy primer so it doesn't rust before we actually start the body work on it, which will be most definitely sometime down the road after the open house. Let's take a look over here at Manny's Blazer. So we've definitely found some issues with Manny's Blazer, unfortunately, but we're gonna power through it and get it handled. Thank God Dylan knows what he's doing, and we'll be able to get this fixed up for him. He had to grind and cut the inner skin loose from the exterior of the quarter here so that he can twist and maneuver the inner portion of this panel so we can eliminate the shim so it'll open and close properly. And then this is still loose right now. This will still need to be pushed over and re-welded. He's got the inner tubs out. There's a lot going on right here on this truck, and we're just chipping away at it as best we can right now. We are kind of limited to what we can do, like I've mentioned before, because we were waiting for a chassis to get put underneath this truck at Tray 5, but that chassis is not done being built yet, so we're just kind of doing everything we can on this. But as we're doing everything we can, we are finding more and more issues that we have to address. There's been holes that were filled over with fiberglass and not welded up, so we had to grind all this back and double check some of the stuff in here and weld a few holes up just to make the trim fit. So I'm not really sure what the last person who was working on this, their idea was, but it definitely didn't work for us. So we ground it all back, had Manny come down, go over it with him, and explain to him what we were gonna do. He said, go for it. So that's what we're doing, is fixing at the back of this truck right now, and then we'll move forward. We got the shell mounted. It's a little high on the driver's side, so I'm not sure what we're gonna do up over there yet. We'll get that figured out here shortly once we get this back area figured out. And he is also fitting the taillights, which don't fit really all that great, so there's a little bit of work that needs to be done back here as well. Steven's truck. Let's talk about Steven's truck. Steven's 6400. Damn, right? Coming along, looking killer. The lines look really good. First prime looks amazing. This thing, I've said before, I'll say again, and I'll probably say another 50 times. This thing's gonna be absolutely sick. Can't wait to see this thing done. Progress as far as what we've done since we put all the sheet metal together, which if you watched the last video, I think I mentioned earlier, we finished off the video priming this truck. Monday, we came in and got it assembled, got it back over here, had a look at it, and pulled out all the trim, which is what is right here. The inner panels that go to the doors, the hood trim, and all the window trim that we have here in our possession. We're still missing the outer windshield trim and the outer rear window trim, which may or may not be next door. I'll have to check with Jeremy. But we got all that stuff, bodywork, stripped, sandblasted, etc. today. So all that stuff is ready for primer. I'll knock that out tomorrow sometime as soon as I can sneak it in the booth. Victor has moved on to straightening out the front bumper so we can get the front bumper bodywork, get that primed as well, and then we'll move on to the grill, getting that all blocked down, fix any blemishes on that. We did find some rust, some little holes and some rust down on the bottom trim piece of the grill, so we'll definitely have to take care of that. So our plan will hopefully be to have all this assembled, bodywork, put back together, and who knows how much further we can get. Hopefully we can get the running boards done as well, because that will be the next thing we'll attack before the open house. I'm not sure how much work they're gonna need, but they're about the size of a school bus. I mean, they're massive. So hopefully, the plan would be to finish whatever we can start and not bite off more than we can chew to make sure everything can be sealed up and coated. That's here for the open house, so nobody's fingers are touching things they shouldn't be touching and causing any issues for our customers' vehicles. So we're definitely aware of that when we have our open houses and try to plan around that scenario. That's why we kind of stopped with Victor's truck for now. It's all in primer and all sealed up. Likewise, this will be too. So that's kind of the plan for now. More updates at the end of the week. We're definitely going to have one more video this week. It'll be our Halloween special. May or may not be some funny stuff in there. Who knows what we're going to do. We got so much going on around here. It's amazing we even have time to do these videos, but we're doing everything we can to bring them to you guys and to bring you guys something decent to watch besides just a bunch of jibber jabber, which is what I'm doing right now. So it's late, probably 8 o'clock or so. I'm going to get out of here, go home, edit this video so you guys can watch it tomorrow, and I'll see you guys at the end of the week on the next episode.